Welcome to episode 2 of Moyo Stories here at Moyo Network. I hope you're doing well and thank you so much for the support that you've continued to show us, especially on our first episode since we uploaded it on YouTube as well as on our podcast. Thank you so much. And as we go on, remember at Moyo Stories, we tell stories of special parents. What do I mean by special parents? These are parents who have special needs kids or special needs children, or I can say children who are able differently and they are doing an amazing job, because let me tell you, it is not easy bringing up a child who has a special need. So today I bring you our second episode featuring a very beautiful, strong, blessed woman who is here with me, and we would just like to know how her journey has been raising her now 9-year-old daughter who has special needs. Karibu sana Judy Mammah. Judy Mammah, karibu sana.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm good. I'm awesome.
You're awesome. I can see.
Yeah.
I remember the last time tukiongea na wewe about your journey bringing up your beautiful daughter, how it has been really cried. But I can see God has been faithful.
Yeah.
I saw you celebrating her 9th birthday.
Yes.
The other week.
Yeah.
And I'm here to just know how it has been for you now as a mother to a child who has special needs. So you start by introducing yourself to our viewers and our listeners, and then you tell us how the journey has been.
Okay. Hi. I'm Mama Mali, or you can call me Judy. And I'm a mother of 9 years old. Very pretty. I think she looks like me. And
very true.
We thank God because of her. It's not been easy, honestly, but I just thank God. There's nothing that you can say it's easy.
Yeah.
No.
So it's been tough.
Yeah.
As a mother, a first-time mother, how was it for you?
It was horrifying. It was terrible. I can never wish for any other mother to go through what I went through. It was so terrible that you can imagine everybody has just run away. Nobody wants to talk to you. Ushaikopa mpaka una kwa kukopa tena. You move from one friend to another. Umekopa last week, haujalipa. You still need money to take her back to the hospital. You still need money for her medication. You don't have. Wendi job, cause utaenda job uachie nani? Convulsions in a day, they are like 60 in a day. You could count mpaka unashindwa unasahau ku count. Sasa you just there. So I can tell you honestly, yani I never even want to think about what I've been through. Honestly, I sometimes I don't even want to remember it. Because sometimes unafika unapata the only thing you have is just God. Because you look at your friends, they are not there. You look at your family, you look at your mother. She's not able to help you. Instead, you're the one she wants
you to help.
Yes. You know our parents. You have a sister, she has her own issues. You know, you have a brother, he has his own issues. So you are all alone. It is just you and your God. You have work to do. You don't have anybody to leave your child with. You can't carry her on your back. You go to the market, kanjo wanakungoja. Yeah? Now tell me, you want to eat. That child must eat. That child needs medication. Where do you start?
And you cannot work.
You cannot work.
You are doing business?
Yes. I had a shop in Isili. But now you see, she's sick for all 3 months. You are in and out of the hospital. Mwenye shop anataka rent. Hata ile stock yenye umeacha hapo, yani umebeba ukahesabia neighbor, fanya hivi, hizi nguo zinauzwa pesa ngapi wholesale? 150, yes. Sasa fanya hivi, nipatie tu 120. Sawa? Because hauna pesa ya dawa. Hauna. Ushaiuza mpaka nguo yako ya mwili. Yes.
What is the the worst that you've ever had, maybe from the society or people talking about you and the condition of your child?
The place I used to stay before, I used to have this neighbor that we were close. She had some issues with the husband, so I helped her. I chased the husband away. You can imagine umebeba mzigo ya mtu, wendo unateta kwa niaba yake. So ikakuwa the boy was turning 1 year. You see, we are neighbors, just opposite door. And then she invited everybody else. Kila mtoto wa jirani alikuwa ameitwa. But she forgot our door. Just, you can imagine, it's just opposite house. I asked myself, when we were fighting for this girl to have her child back, it was me and her because the mother is sick. But now it is celebration time. She can't remember my child. Hata ile ya kusema, mama, leta mama tuimbe happy birthday. Amali loves kids. Akiona watu she gets over excited. I was asking myself, did she forget Amali? But how can you forget? Na tuko tu kando yako. How? It was the most painful thing I've ever went through.
You felt sidelined by someone you stood by.
I really felt bad. I felt it for like a whole month. I had to move from that place because I couldn't stand it. Because I'm asking myself, this is somebody that you've stood with, you've helped her. How can she do this? You know, because I expected at least for her to say, okay, bring Amma, let's sing the song. Amali can't eat cake, she can't eat popcorns, but she loves kids. When she's around kids, she'll just keep on smiling. Just her being around kids will make her brain at least grow kidogo, you know. I was really hurt. I was really badly hurt.
It's okay. It's evident that there is a lot of stigma when it comes to people with special needs, not only children but also grown-ups, and even towards their families and their caregivers, especially parents, and especially moms, because as a mother you need to be there for your child 24/7. Rarely you will find a mother who has abandoned her child. What can you say about stigmatization in the society when it comes to people with special needs?
Honestly, people need to grow up. People need to see beyond that wheelchair. You need to see beyond that blind man or blind woman. You see, yes, this child is disabled or this man is disabled, but it doesn't mean they are useless or it doesn't make them less human. They're human beings. If you treat them well, they'll grow. You know, they'll be part of the society or part of life. But now when you just stand there and start talking, start treating them bad, you know, like the way you find yourself in a matatu and you have a child who was disabled, and then they'll be staring at you like, what are you carrying? You know, that's what I tell myself when somebody looks at me or looks at my child. I tell myself that maybe they're asking themselves, what is she carrying? Or where is she going? You know, when somebody sees you with a wheelchair, number one, they think you are a beggar. You see, they think you are a beggar. Alafu, our government, honestly, nataka uangalie hizi ploti, hakuna mahali penye, hakuna gorofa inakuanga imejengwa na iko na sehemu ya mtu akona ulemavu wa mahali pa kupitia. Hakuna. So I want you to imagine, if unaishi 50 floor na uko na wheelchair, utafikaje 50 floor?
Paka tu bebe.
That's exactly the point. Now you don't know, honestly, Mercy. Even if I explain from today up to tomorrow, you won't understand. You won't understand.
There is a time we were having a conversation, umetaja matatu nikakumbuka, and the way you were being treated even with the watu wa matatu, madereva na au conductors wa matatu.
Yeah. I was going to Kenyatta, and then we really waited for matatu for a very long time, because our appointment was at 11:30 in Kenyatta, so we had to leave the house early, around 9. But then when we got to the stage, there was no matatu to carry us. Moja ilikuja, and then they were like, that woman, she was kind, but she asked me a question. Madam, aki nikikubeba ni sawa, nimekubeba, nitaweka wapi hii kitu? Now that's a wheelchair. Nitaweka wapi hii kitu? I was like, don't worry, bakela juu ya nini, I'll pay. You see? Now you are telling her I'll pay, you expect kama gari ni 50 bob, utalipia 100 bob. The other guy came and he was like, hapana, hii tukibeba ni 300. Yes. Now that I understood him, because you see this is a wheelchair. So to him anaona maybe unaenda kutafuta do nayo. Now the worst ni kushukishwa kwa matatu.
Na uko na mtoto ni mgonjwa.
Yes.
And they can see the condition of the kid.
Yes. I told that mama. Now ina hii story yote inafanyika mostly ni wanawake. This one mwenye alinishukisha matatu, niliingia kwa matatu, but you see with the Mali's condition, when it's noisy anaanza kuconverse. So nikaamua hapana, wacha nikae mbele, because dereva atapunguza muziki, yule anapanga tao ni mwingine, na mwenye ataendesha hiyo gari kurudi mtaani mwingine. So the moment ameingia kwa matatu ataongeza sauti, forgetting that kuna mtu akona condition hapa. So nikaamua hapana, wacha nikae mbele, because mtu yeye akikaa nyuma she'll start conversing. That woman came and she told me, madam, shuka, watoto hawaruhusiwi kukaa mbele. I tried to explain myself. You know, alinishukisha and kabisa alinishukisha. Na yani you can imagine mtu hivi anatoshana, ushatoa kwa mgongo, ndio umrudishe kwa mgongo, you need someone to help you, ndio umweke kwa mgongo. Huwezi fikisha huko peke yako, ataanguka. My dear, kushuka hapo tena ningangane tena na nipate matatu nyingine. That hiyo ilikuwa ni ya mtaa. Kuna siku nyingine tena nimeshukishwa tena bado tukienda Kenyatta, kwa gari za Kenyatta. So
stigma is real.
It's very real. Very.
Thank you for being strong for her. Thank you for not giving up, because I can tell you for sure it's not easy. Going through all this as a human being, it's not easy. But thank you for being strong. Thank you. I want you to look at that camera and talk to parents who have children with such conditions.
It's not easy to have a child with special needs. But know one thing. For God to choose you to have that kid, He has a purpose. That is a millionaire you have in the house.
Wow.
That child will make you go to places that you never thought you would ever go. That child will change your life or your family. My friend, just trust in God. I'm telling you, through that child, just love that child. No matter what, hata kama uko na watoto 100 wengine wanatembea. Love that one more, because your blessings zinatoka kwa huyu mtoi. Now, through God, everything is just possible. 3 things I tell mothers with kids with special needs. Number 1, Mungu hajakusahau. Number 2, Mungu hajachelewa. Number 3, Mungu hajashindwa.
This is George Omollo. I am a counseling psychologist by profession, and I'm a practicing psychologist. State of mental wellness when it comes to parents who have children with special needs, and some of the things that maybe we might need to share with these parents that are having children with special needs. Mental health according to World Health Organization, it is a state of well-being in which the individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make a contribution to his or her community. Study found that mothers of adolescents and adults with autism had levels of stress hormones comparable to soldiers in combat. Try to imagine that. That is a special needs a parent caring for a special need child, having too much stress, more than a soldier in combat. So some of the emotional impact of parents may include there is fear and worry about child's pain and suffering. Sometimes we don't know whether the child is in pain, the kind of the suffering the child is undergoing. Worries about child's future, fear and worry about whether you are doing enough or not. Those are some of the fears that a parent will go through. And then the second one is guilt over limits of your ability to protect the child. So you have that guilt coming within you. There is loss of attention towards other children or even the family members, your husband, your wife, because your attention is somehow focused into this one child. Then there is jealousy and resentment of those with normal children. Like you ask yourself, how on earth, God, did you give me a child with this condition? And then you will just feel out of place. And then feelings of isolation. Sometimes you just feel that you are in a world that you are all left all alone. And then lastly, there is grief over loss of hope and dreams you had for your child, not having the parenting experiences you had imagined. In that case, remember, you're really looking forward, if maybe this is your first child and you're really looking forward to this bouncing baby girl, bouncing baby boy, you wanted to pamper him or her with 1, 2, and 3, you had actually looked into a number of things that you're feeling like, when Lord gives me this child, I'm going to do everything. And then suddenly, this is a special needs child. What are you going to do? Then there are recurrent reminders of what your child misses out. If you're a parent, if you're a mother, if you're a dad, that you're having a child with special needs, I want to tell you, and I want to give you an assurance that it's never the end of life. And I will give you an example. There are children that are autistics, but the moment you come to realize that this child has another inborn talent, they're either good in painting, they're either good in drawing, they're either good in art and craft, a number of things that now God come in place within them. So don't look at it like, when this one was taken from me, I cannot get good things flowing over. So in conclusion, remember that you are not alone. There are people that are battling in silence, but stand to battle publicly. Don't feel like you've lost hope in this situation, that things aren't working out. Know that you're not alone. As a parent, try as much as possible, look into the support groups that are there. What kind of special need is your child? Do we have some support groups that are in association with the condition that your child is? So enroll in a support group. 3, listen to your doctors or to the therapists. What are they saying? Sometimes appointments can be too much, but you can talk, you can discuss, you can share out and just strike a way forward. But whatever they say, be keen to listen to it faithfully. Then build strong family relationship. Remember, it is the family that will help you to raise this kid. It is this family that will help you to stand out strong and firm. So build a strong and a firm relationship. And lastly, just know that it is never you alone. You can still come and build on the relationship, on the friends, on the people that are having children of the same condition. And when you share with the right people, when you share with the right group, and you come to realize that a number of, maybe you have 2 or 3 friends that are actually battling with the same condition. When you come together, you'll come to realize that psychologically and mentally you're going to bounce back, and you'll find yourself doing so well. So don't feel left alone. Don't feel so much discouraged. Life has a lot of things to offer for you. Remember, this is not the last hope that you have. And I usually say that if it is God who gave you that child, or rather this condition that you are in, He is the one who will help you to walk in that situation.